How often do you find yourself in a situation like this, surrounded by noise, not just the physical kind, but the constant chatter in your life, the endless notifications, the inner turmoil of thoughts? We live in a world that glorifies being busy, being constantly connected. But amidst all this noise, have you ever considered the power of silence? Not just as an absence of sound, but as a profound tool for building stronger, more meaningful relationships. Today, we're diving into a philosophy that has valued silence as a cornerstone of wisdom and strength for centuries: Stoicism. This isn't about being quiet just for the sake of it. It's about harnessing silence to enhance our understanding, deepen our empathy, and build connections that are truly authentic. By the end of our time together, you'll see silence not as a void, but as a space filled with potential. The potential to transform your relationships, to bring you closer to the people who matter most, and to find a deeper connection with yourself. Let's explore how silence can be your secret weapon in building stronger relationships, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism's embrace of silence isn't merely about not speaking. It's a profound practice of inner stillness and receptivity, a deliberate choice to engage with the world mindfully and meaningfully. Imagine the ancient Stoics, figures like Zeno, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, not as austere, silent statues, but as vibrant individuals who chose their words and moments of silence with deliberate care. They lived in bustling times full of political intrigue, social demands, and the ever-present temptation to react impulsively to the world's provocations. Yet they cultivated an inner sanctum of peace through the mindful practice of silence. This silence was their retreat, their strategy, and their strength. For the Stoics, silence was a powerful tool for self-mastery and wisdom. It wasn't about withdrawing from the world, but about engaging with it on their own terms. They understood that true strength often lies in restraint, in the ability to observe, process, and then act, rather than react impulsively. A core principle of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, the understanding that we can only truly control our thoughts and actions, not external events. Silence in this context is a manifestation of that control. It's choosing not to be swayed by every external disturbance, every fleeting emotion, every impulsive thought. It's about creating a space between stimulus and response, a space where wisdom can reside. This doesn't mean the Stoics were emotionless. Seneca, in his letters, often discusses the importance of acknowledging emotions. But he, like other Stoics, advocated for a rational response to those emotions, a response often cultivated in moments of reflective silence. The ability to pause, reflect, and allow a space between stimulus and response is where our power lays. Another key principle is the concept of living in accordance with nature, both the natural world and our own rational nature. For the Stoics, silence played a crucial role in attuning oneself to this natural order. By quieting the external and internal noise, they believed one could better understand the underlying principles of the universe and one's own place within it. It's in this quietude that they found clarity, purpose, and a deeper connection to the world around them. In their writings and teachings, the Stoics often use metaphors of storms and still waters to illustrate the power of inner peace achieved through silence. Just as a calm lake reflects the sky with perfect clarity, a mind undisturbed by unnecessary noise reflects the truth of the world more accurately. This clarity is what enables us to build stronger, more authentic relationships. When we are not constantly reacting, we create space to truly listen, understand, and connect with others. It allows us to respond thoughtfully, rather than react blindly, fostering relationships built on mutual respect and genuine understanding. The Stoics knew that silence, far from being a void, is a fertile ground for wisdom, empathy, and meaningful human connection. It's a practice that, while ancient, holds profound relevance in our modern, noise-filled world. By embracing Stoic silence, we open ourselves up to deeper self-awareness, stronger relationships, and a more peaceful, purposeful life. By truly understanding the principles of the dichotomy of control, living in accordance with nature, and the metaphor of the still waters, you will be able to integrate Stoic silence into your daily life. Think about the people you most enjoy talking to. What is it about them that makes you feel heard, understood, and valued? Chances are, they're not just passively hearing the words you say, they're actively listening. Active listening is a skill, a conscious effort to fully concentrate on what is being said, rather than just passively absorbing the sounds. It's about being present in the conversation, both mentally and emotionally. Passive hearing is like having the radio on in the background while you're doing something else. You hear the music, but you're not really paying attention to it. Active listening, on the other hand, is like attending a live concert, fully immersed in the experience, appreciating every note and nuance. The Stoics, masters of mindful living, understood the profound difference between merely hearing and truly listening. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This wasn't just a witty remark. It was a profound insight into the importance of listening in human interaction. For the Stoics, listening was an act of respect, a way to acknowledge the inherent worth of the other person and their perspective. It was also a path to wisdom, a way to learn and grow from the experiences and insights of others. By truly listening, we open ourselves up to new ideas, different viewpoints, and a deeper understanding of the world around us. In a world where everyone seems to be talking often over each other, the act of listening becomes a radical act of connection. Imagine a conversation with a friend who is going through a difficult time. Instead of jumping in with advice or sharing your own experiences, what if you simply listened? What if you gave them the space to express their feelings, their fears, their hopes, without interruption or judgment? This is the power of active listening, the power to create a safe and supportive space where true connection can flourish. It is a key factor in building strong and healthy relationships. It's not just about romantic relationships. It can be any kind of relationship, with friends, family, colleagues, and even strangers. Let's take a real-life example. Think about a time when you had a disagreement with someone close to you. How did the conversation unfold? Was it a heated exchange of words with both sides trying to prove their point? Or was it a calm and respectful dialogue where each person felt heard and understood? Chances are, the latter scenario involved active listening, a willingness to set aside one's own ego and truly listen to the other person's perspective. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they say, but it does mean you're willing to understand where they're coming from. It means that instead of reacting, you will choose to respond. This simple act of understanding can diffuse tension, build empathy, and pave the way for a more constructive resolution. Another example could be in a professional setting. Imagine a team meeting where ideas are being brainstormed. Instead of dominating the conversation or dismissing ideas that differ from your own, what if you practiced active listening? What if you encouraged everyone to share their thoughts and then listened attentively to each idea, without judgment or preconceived notions? This kind of open and receptive environment fosters creativity, collaboration, and mutual respect. It allows everyone to feel valued and heard, leading to a more productive and innovative team. Active listening isn't always easy. It requires patience, effort, and a willingness to put your own thoughts and opinions on hold. But the rewards are immense. When we truly listen, we're not just hearing words, we're connecting with the person behind the words. We're building trust, fostering empathy, and creating relationships that are deeper, more meaningful, and more resilient. The Stoics believed that a wise person is one who listens more than they speak, who seeks to understand rather than be understood. In a world that often prioritizes self-expression over genuine connection, the practice of active listening is a powerful tool for building bridges, fostering understanding, and creating relationships that truly nourish the soul. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is a cornerstone of strong relationships. And silence, perhaps surprisingly, can be a powerful tool for cultivating empathy. It's not just about hearing the words someone is saying, but about understanding the emotions, experiences, and perspectives behind those words. When we're constantly talking, offering advice, or sharing our own stories, we might inadvertently shut down the other person's ability to fully express themselves. We might miss subtle cues, body language, the unspoken emotions that lie beneath the surface. But when we create space for silence, we allow the other person to open up, to share their inner world with us at their own pace. We create a safe and non-judgmental environment where they feel comfortable being vulnerable. Imagine a friend confiding in you about a personal struggle. Instead of immediately jumping in with solutions or trying to relate with a similar experience of your own, you simply listen in silence, offering a supportive nod or a gentle touch to show you're there for them. This silence isn't empty. It's filled with presence, with empathy, with a deep understanding that sometimes the most powerful thing we can offer is simply our presence. You are offering them your full attention and a safe space to release their emotions. I remember a time when a close friend was going through a particularly difficult breakup. She was heartbroken, confused, and feeling lost. I wanted to jump in, to offer advice, to tell her it would be okay. But something told me to just listen. So I sat with her in silence as she poured out her heart. There were tears, long pauses, and moments when she just needed to sit in the silence, processing her emotions. I didn't offer any profound words of wisdom, but just my presence. And in that shared silence, a deeper connection was forged. Later, she told me that my willingness to simply be there without judgment or the need to fix things was exactly what she needed. It was in those moments of silence that she felt truly heard, truly understood. This experience taught me a valuable lesson about the power of silence in building empathy. It's not about having the right words to say. It's about creating the space for the other person to feel safe, to feel seen, to feel understood, without the need for words. To incorporate this practice into your daily life, you can start by simply being more mindful of your own tendency to fill the silence. When someone is sharing something with you, resist the urge to immediately jump in with your own thoughts or experiences. Instead, try to create a space of silence both externally and internally. Quiet your own inner chatter and focus on the other person. Pay attention to their body language, their tone of voice, the emotions they're expressing, both verbally and non-verbally. Offer non-verbal cues of support like a nod, a gentle smile, or a comforting touch. And when you do speak, let it be to ask open-ended questions that encourage them to share more, to delve deeper into their experience. Questions like, "How did that make you feel?" Or, "What was that like for you?" can create a space for deeper sharing and understanding. Remember, empathy isn't about feeling sorry for someone, it's about feeling with them. And silence can be a powerful conduit for that shared emotional experience. It's about creating a space where vulnerability is welcomed, where emotions are acknowledged, and where true connection can flourish. By embracing silence as a tool for empathy, we open ourselves up to a deeper level of understanding, compassion, and connection in our relationships. We create a space where others feel safe, seen, and truly heard, fostering relationships that are built on a foundation of genuine empathy and mutual respect. This is a gift we can give to others, and in doing so, we enrich our own lives as well. Conflict is an inevitable part of life, especially in our relationships. Whether it's a minor disagreement with a friend, a heated argument with a partner, or a tense situation with a colleague, how we navigate conflict can make or break our relationships. And silence, often overlooked, can be a powerful tool for resolving conflict in a constructive and mindful way. The natural tendency in conflict is to react, to defend ourselves, to prove our point. But this often leads to a cycle of escalation, where emotions run high and communication breaks down. But what if, instead of reacting impulsively, we chose to respond with silence? Not as a passive-aggressive tactic, but as a deliberate choice to create space for understanding, for de-escalation, and for finding common ground. A fascinating case study that highlights the power of silence in conflict resolution comes from the world of mediation. In many cultures, mediators are trained to use silence strategically during negotiations. When parties are engaged in a heated exchange, the mediator might introduce a period of silence, allowing emotions to settle and thoughts to become clearer. This silence creates a pause, a break in the cycle of reactivity, allowing both parties to step back and reconsider their positions. It creates an opportunity to shift from a mindset of opposition to one of collaboration. The mediator, by their own silence, models a non-reactive approach, encouraging the parties to do the same. This approach aligns perfectly with Stoic principles. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "When another blames you or hates you, or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside and see what sort of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be racked with anxiety, that they should hold any particular opinion about you." This quote highlights the importance of understanding the other person's perspective, even in conflict. And silence can be a powerful tool for gaining that understanding. When we're not busy defending ourselves or trying to prove our point, we create space to truly listen to the other person's concerns, their underlying needs, and their perspective. This doesn't mean we have to agree with them, but it allows us to move from a position of antagonism to one of empathy. Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of controlling our reactions. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In the context of conflict, this means choosing not to react impulsively to the other person's words or actions. Instead, we can use silence as a tool to regulate our own emotions, to regain control of our responses, and to choose a more constructive path forward. But how can we practically apply this in our daily lives? Let's imagine a step-by-step guide for using silence in conflict resolution. First, when you feel the urge to react, to defend yourself, or to lash out, pause. Take a deep breath and choose to remain silent for a few moments. This initial silence creates a space between stimulus and response, allowing you to regain control of your emotions. Second, use this silence to truly listen to the other person. Try to understand their perspective, their underlying needs and their emotions. Even if you don't agree with their words, try to empathize with their experience. Third, when you do speak, let it be to ask clarifying questions, to summarize their points, and to express your own perspective in a calm and respectful manner. Use I statements to express your feelings and needs, rather than blaming or accusing the other person. For example, instead of saying, "You always do this," you could say, "I feel hurt when this happens because I need." Fourth, if the conversation becomes heated again, don't hesitate to reintroduce silence. You can say something like, "I need a moment to process this," or "Let's take a few minutes to calm down before we continue." This allows both parties to step back, regulate their emotions, and return to the conversation with a clearer head. By incorporating these steps into your approach to conflict, you can transform disagreements from destructive battles into opportunities for growth, understanding, and stronger relationships. Silence, far from being a sign of weakness, becomes a powerful tool for navigating conflict with wisdom, empathy, and grace. It allows us to move from reactivity to responsiveness, from opposition to collaboration, and from conflict to resolution. This Stoic approach to conflict, using silence as a strategic tool, can profoundly impact our relationships, creating a foundation of mutual respect, understanding, and lasting peace. Integrating silence into our daily lives isn't about becoming a recluse or taking a vow of silence. It's about making conscious choices to create moments of stillness amidst the hustle and bustle, allowing us to connect with ourselves and others on a deeper level. It is a practice, and like any skill, it takes time and effort to cultivate. One simple yet powerful practice is to start your day with a few minutes of silence. Before you reach for your phone or jump into your to-do list, take a moment to sit quietly, focusing on your breath, and setting an intention for the day. This could be as simple as, "Today I will listen more attentively," or "I will approach conflict with patience and understanding." This morning ritual creates a foundation of calm and mindfulness that can carry you through the day. Another practice is to incorporate mindful moments throughout your day. This could be as simple as taking a few deep breaths before responding to an email, or pausing to truly listen to the sounds around you while you're waiting in line. These small moments of stillness can help you break free from the cycle of reactivity and create space for more intentional responses. You can also use your commute, whether it's by car, train, or foot, as an opportunity to practice silence. Instead of listening to music or podcasts, try simply observing your surroundings. paying attention to the sights, sounds, and sensations of your journey. This can be a powerful way to connect with the present moment and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Mindfulness and Stoicism share a deep connection. Both emphasize the importance of being present, of focusing on what we can control, and of responding to the world with intention rather than reacting impulsively. Practicing mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to the present moment, can help us cultivate the inner stillness that is essential for Stoic silence. By training our minds to focus on the here and now, we become less susceptible to the distractions and disturbances that often lead to unnecessary noise, both internally and externally. The long-term benefits of cultivating a practice of silence are profound. By creating space for stillness in our lives, we open ourselves up to deeper self-awareness. We become more attuned to our own thoughts, emotions, and needs, allowing us to make choices that are aligned with our values and goals. This self-awareness also extends to our relationships. By practicing silence, we become better listeners, more empathetic partners, and more effective communicators. We create space for others to be heard, understood, and valued, fostering relationships that are built on a foundation of mutual respect and genuine connection. Moreover, a regular practice of silence can enhance our overall well-being. Studies have shown that mindfulness and meditation, practices that often involve silence, can reduce stress, improve focus, and promote emotional regulation. By cultivating inner peace, we become more resilient in the face of life's challenges, better equipped to navigate conflict, and more capable of experiencing joy and contentment. Embracing silence is not about withdrawing from the world, but about engaging with it more fully, more intentionally, and more meaningfully. It's about creating a sanctuary of stillness within ourselves, a space where we can connect with our deepest values, cultivate empathy for others, and build relationships that are truly nourishing. It's a journey, a practice, and a gift we can give ourselves and those around us. We've journeyed together through the profound wisdom of Stoicism, exploring how silence, far from being an absence, is a powerful presence, a space filled with potential for deeper connection, understanding, and growth. We've seen how embracing silence isn't about withdrawing from the world, but about engaging with it more meaningfully, more intentionally. We learned that silence is not merely about not speaking, but about cultivating inner stillness, a receptivity that allows us to truly listen, to empathize, and to connect with others on a deeper level. We explored how the Stoics embraced silence as a tool for self-mastery, a way to create a space between stimulus and response, where wisdom and rationality can reside. We discovered the power of active listening, the difference between passively hearing and truly engaging with what others are saying. We saw how silence can be a powerful tool for empathy, creating a safe space for vulnerability, understanding, and shared emotional experience. And we explored how silence can transform conflict, allowing us to move from reactivity to responsiveness, from opposition to collaboration. Now, as we conclude our time together, I invite you to take this wisdom and integrate it into your own life. Start small, with a few moments of silence each day, a mindful pause, a conscious choice to listen more attentively. Experiment with using silence in your interactions, in moments of conflict, in moments of connection. Observe the impact it has not just on your relationships, but on your own inner peace and well-being. Remember, this is a practice, a journey, not a destination. There will be moments when you forget, when you fall back into old patterns of reactivity. Be patient with yourself and simply begin again. The path of silence is always open to you, waiting to guide you towards deeper connection, stronger relationships, and a more peaceful, purposeful life. As you embark on this journey, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And silence, in its purest form, is the space where the quality of our thoughts can truly flourish. It is the key factor to building strong and meaningful relationships. Embrace silence not as an absence, but as a powerful presence, a secret weapon in your journey towards a more connected, more fulfilling life, a life rich in meaning, purpose, and authentic relationships. Allow it to be your guide, your sanctuary, and your strength.